Hi Taurus, how are you guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are enjoying the Venus retrograde, and I hope it's not wreaking havoc too much in your life. So Venus retrograde, I've explained this a couple of times, but just want to make sure. Venus retrograde is when it seems like Venus is moving backwards in the sky, but it's actually just stopped. And when Venus isn't moving forward, everything Venus related, which rules Taurus and Libra, beauty, finances, romance, creativity could be in there. Legal stuff, one-on-one relationships, all that stuff that kind of is related to heart and beauty and how you feel in love. Venus is the planet of love, is feeling kind of wonky right now, just not feeling right. So ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends, old flings coming back in, old emotions coming back in, stuff from 2 years ago that you thought was dead and gone gets brought back up, and it's really a time to let it go. It's a time to reflect on it, yes, of course, but it's time to realize that these things that are coming back up now is because we haven't dealt with it. We haven't released it. We haven't learned and moved on from that pain. So anything that is coming back up, yeah, it might be hard now to deal with, especially because it's an old wound, it's scar tissue. But if we can just release it now and just get it all out, we won't have to revisit it in the next time Venus goes retrograde. So for instance, my husband and I got married during the Venus retrograde, and the day that Venus went retrograde, he was bringing up stuff from 8 years ago, and like we almost broke up almost over this Venus retrograde. We were about to have a trial separation. Like, stuff got intense, and the funny thing is I knew, based on astrology and numerology, I knew that this stuff we were going to get hit with it, but it still didn't change anything. Just because the planets are messing with us doesn't mean that we don't have to deal with it back down here on Earth. So having an argument, having a fight with your husband and saying your rebuttal is, well, it's Venus retrograde, like, please just relax. Like, yeah, that doesn't work. So hope you guys have been dealing with it better than I have been, because it's just been absolutely insane. Yeah, Mercury is going retrograde. Mercury is the planet that rules communication, travel. So if you have travel plans, maybe go now before Mercury goes retrograde, or hold off a bit until it goes back direct. And Mercury retrograde is going to start at the end of April, around the 23rd, and it'll go back direct in about 3 weeks. So we're going to have Venus and Mercury retrograde at the same time. April is going to be intense. April is totally going to be intense. So just flow with it. Right now is an excellent time to start writing your thoughts down, especially when it comes to your relationships and love, just to get it out there. That's really what's been helping me, because I'll say things in my relationship during a fight or an argument that I really regret, but at least if I'm writing it down first, I can just rip out that page and throw it out and physically and mentally release it. So yeah, on that note, just want to get started. I haven't been doing very long readings this April, focusing more on just infusing it with positivity and optimism and inspiration and motivation. And to do that, I don't think that we need to talk too much. I think that I just need to kind of tell you what's going on for April, and then what I do is I infuse it with intention, with the power of intention, that this is going to inspire you, this is going to make you feel better, this is going to make you feel motivated and optimistic. I don't know exactly how it works. All I know is that it does work. So people come to me feeling like crap, and they have a reading, and even if I don't even realize I'm telling them anything, they just walk away feeling better. So I'm just asking you guys to open yourself up to that, because it seems to be a gift that I have, and I'd really like to share it with you. So just open yourself up to receiving it. The way I see it, and I don't want to come across as too cocky, but it's just what I've realized so far, and what I've learned about myself, especially through numerology. If Michael Jordan was teaching you how to shoot a three-pointer, or whatever the hell the basketball terms are, would you open yourself up to receiving it, or would you block yourself off from it? I'm not saying that I'm Michael Jordan, whatever, but him and I have the same aspect where we're able to channel things easier than other life path numbers. So that's something that I've really developed and I've owned. And because I've owned it, it's gotten stronger. So all you have to do is just be open to receive it. It's just like Reiki, energy work. Just open yourself up to receiving it, which as a Taurus might not be the easiest thing because Tauruses can be so guarded and bullheaded. Not my interpretation, just what I've learned. But because of that, it can be hard to kind of open yourself up. So I'm just asking for, this next 20 minutes to just let your guards down as much as you can and just let the energy come in, okay? So Taurus, we're working together to inspire, motivate, and really create some lasting action right here because we just had the new moon in Aries, which was all about new beginnings. And I've talked to a lot of people about their new beginnings so far, and Tauruses seem to be the only ones kind of like, no, nothing really new going on. So there must be some sort of blocker there. So I really just want to bust through those blockers and just get that new moon in Aries energy into your guys' force field so that we can get some new energy, some changes in 2017, some positive changes, okay? So reading for Taurus, spirit guides. Taurus, April 2017. Taurus for April 2017, please. Okay, we got a strength card popping out. So this month is clearly really focusing on your power and the power that you have, the power that you've built yourself up with, the power of your emotions. Tauruses are so steady. And when they have that stability, it can kind of seem like an emotional coldness. But I think that you guys just have more of a grasp on your emotions than the rest of us do. I feel like emotions right now have just been running wild. Even the strongest, nicest people I know are just really feeling this energy shift, really feeling the new moon energies of Aries, which is just impulse, impatient, go, 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 and not enough slow, and focusing on your emotions. So we really need the Taurus energy right now of just slow and steady, of just, relaxed strength, okay? So I'm going to get started here. Okay. Looking really good. Okay, Taurus. So like I said, you guys are looking really good. You guys are getting more optimistic, feeling really positive about life and any new changes that are coming in. However, like I said, this is the shadow. If you guys haven't been able to get those new beginnings that everybody else seems to be getting around you, it's because of this impatience here. Impatience in a patient way, if that makes sense. Sometimes we can be really impatient when it comes to long-term events, but then really patient with the day-to-day. So a Taurus can be extremely patient day-to-day. They'll do what they need to do day-to-day, but big picture, it feels very like, what the hell, when is it coming? What do I have to do to get this newness? Because day-to-day, it's very slow. But in those day-to-days, there's opportunities for that newness, okay? Even if it's just, the changes that you want to make, changing your diet, changing your exercise, saying, today I'm going to have a power shake. And then I'm not even looking at tomorrow, but today I'm going to make the right choices. So situation right now is the ship's coming in. You feel like you've kind of hit a peak here. You've hit the finish line. You're optimistic and your creativity has kind of, this is the end. This is you realizing what you've created for your life. It's here. And the obstacle and the aid is this partnership. So if you're a single Taurus, you've done all your work. Where is the love? Where is that partnership? Where is that relationship? Or if you're in a relationship, you've done all the work. Why is your partner creating so much trouble for you? Where's your partner's newness? Where's this new beginning that you want so desperately? So keep in mind that this is an obstacle and an aid to the realization that your ships have come in and you've put out the work, you've done what you need to do. So that's an obstacle and an aid. Subconsciously feeling very seated, feeling like an old Pisces in a way. If you have a Pisces or a Scorpio or a Cancer in your life, what did they describe to you? How do they make you feel? What do they bring into your awareness? Sorry, I lost my, there we go. What do they bring into your awareness? What is it about this old, when I say old, older than you, this old water sign that is just on your mind constantly? What's going on here? You guys have a troubled past together. You guys have really, they feel like they have this chip on their shoulder. You feel like you are linked to this person, like they are kind of like your old ball and chain in a way. They've really linked themselves to you, and you've linked yourself to them. So what's going on with them? Excuse me. Thinking that there's too much forward motion backwards. So I really resonate with numerology. When it comes to Taurus, I find you guys are kind of like the 4 life path. So the 4 life path is very square, very balanced and even tempered, kind of slow and steady. And with the Taurus, that's exactly how I feel as well. You guys really build yourself from the soil up. So you guys are very slow. Taurus is the earth sign. It's all about that growth, that forward growth to that beautiful flower, but the flower eventually dies and has to, go through that process again. So Taurus is all about cycles, and right now a cycle is definitely at the newness stage. You feel like you're in that transition between the end of one cycle and the beginning of the other cycle, but how do you get there, okay? Something would have just passed about fertility, growth, movement, beautifying yourself, sexuality in a way, feeling like you're not feeling very beautiful, not feeling very fertile, not feeling very sexual, not feeling like you're creating enough, not feeling optimistic or very magnetic, or you're not feeling like you're sparkling. You feel like your star is kind of dulled a little bit. But that is something that is just fallen away recently or will fall away soon. Take a seat back, just relax, flow with it, flow with your emotions, because there's going to be some sleepless nights coming up in April with this ending. Like I said, ships coming in. If I could just have a second to take another look at this. So you have strength here. So your ships have come in. The obstacle and the aid is a relationship or partnership, pride, health when it comes to this partnership, feeling like you need to get healthier with this person or to be with this person, feel some feelings of insecurity. Taurus can tend to be a little bit on the bigger side sometimes, but that's just because Tauruses love their sweets. And when, in our society especially, when you don't feel like you love your body, it just ruins your entire life. One thing, I had a feeling that this was going to get brought up, and I really don't mean to offend anyone, and if I do, just turn off this video right now and don't listen anymore. But for the longest time, I hated my body. I really did. I have really, really bad stretch marks on my ass, essentially. So I would, be getting changed, and my husband would walk in, and I would hide myself, like, don't look at me, like I felt ugly. And because I would tell myself that I was ugly, and I hated my body and my stretch marks were disgusting, I automatically assumed that everybody felt that same way about me. So when my husband would walk in and see me changing, I would be so embarrassed. I'm like, he probably thinks I'm disgusting. He probably thinks this and that. And it was really only my own feelings and insecurities about myself that made me feel that way, of course. And as soon as I started, I knew I had to make a change. So what I did was, Marianna Williamson has this amazing book called The Spiritual Weight Loss Journey, something along those lines. And it really made me stop and realize that anytime that I ate, it was, I would go to the fridge for food, and it was just to fill this emotional void that my mom had left. My mom was very independent, so I would always eat as a way to kind of treat myself, especially McDonald's, because when I was younger, McDonald's was a treat. So McDonald's ended up being my treat. My mom used to treat me with McDonald's when I was younger. So when I got older, I would give myself those treats 2-3 times a day, just to be like, my mom is rewarding me. So once I recognized that relationship, that chain, I was able to kind of slash it and cut it. And what I started doing was I wrote a letter to my fat self, and I wrote a letter to my skinny self. And looking back and reading the letter, I was like, oh, that is so harsh. Like, people can be so mean to themselves. We tell ourselves things that we would never even dare say to somebody else. So I started to change. I started to talk to myself how I would talk to my best friend if she was feeling crappy about her body. I would look myself in the mirror, and I would be completely naked, and I would say, I love you. I love my body. I love you. Look, you're so beautiful. And because I started to change the way I viewed my body, my husband would walk in now when I'm changing, and I'm like, oh yeah, like, you just start to feel better about yourself. You can't even fathom that somebody would ever feel like you're disgusting, because that's not even in your frame of mind. So if you're feeling like, I don't know why health and diet and exercise came in, but if you're feeling like you have to be a certain way for this partnership, recognize that you only have to be a certain way for yourself first, and then that partner will automatically see your beauty, your goodness. Change your vocabulary, change your inner dialogue with yourself, and it just changes your entire world. Right now, you're feeling very worried about finances, feeling destitute, feeling like you can't get your shit together, feeling like I said, everybody else is getting these new beginnings and it's not fair, and you feel like you can't get any peace when it comes to your finances and where you're going. Ask for help. I really see this guy with the bell here. A bell, hello, Jeeves. Ask for help. If you need financial help, if you need financial guidance, if you just need money, ask for help. There's no shame, because your friends and family are doing well enough where they can give you that support, and they want to. You have a hope and a fear of moving on from something, from turning your back on something. That's going to give you your power, though, if you can move on. And now that I've said that, the final outcome card is to stop focusing on the spilt milk, stop focusing on what you don't have, and start building that bridge and getting over it, okay? So a lot of strength. You have tons of strength, tons of empowerment this month to finally start moving on and taking those steps. If you're feeling like you can't sleep at night because of this new beginning or this ending that you have to take, write it out. Write it out, write it out, write it out. Okay. So your indigo card for the star seeds, for the indigos, for the light workers, Taurus. What is your indigo card? What direction do you need to take right now? Okay. Taurus, indigo card, please. Okay, ready? Authority. Have you given away your power? Have you given away your strength to someone? It's time to get it back. And you're only going to get that once you start to talk better to your higher self. I just did a video on the spiritual benefits of natural spring water, and one of the things that I found in my research was that when your third eye is calcified due to the fluoride in tap water and other things, but when your third eye is closed, you don't see your own beauty. You only see yourself through the physical eyes, but your third eye is the unseen world, right? So the unseen world, in in that dimension, if you will, you're beautiful, you're perfect, your higher self. I did a meditation a couple months ago where I reached my higher self, and once you see your higher self, you can never ever complain about your physical self, because your higher self is the most beautiful, perfect representation of who your physical body is, that it just doesn't, you can't have one with, you can't have one without the other. There's no way. So once you see your higher self and you see the beauty in you through your third eye, through your external senses, you'll never be able to talk poorly about yourself again. It doesn't work. It just does not work. Think about a baby or an animal or a toddler. They see themselves through their third eye. They see their higher selves. And do you think that a baby cares about how they look? They only care about looking outwards because they know that everybody is perfect, is beautiful, that they just want to look and breathe in that beauty and that magnificence of the universe. They're not looking at themselves and, you know, I have food on my face. You know, my 2-year-old sister, spaghetti all over her face, talking to another 2-year-old, food all over her face. You think she cares? You know, and I'm not just saying that, you know, I know kids don't necessarily have the mental capacity, but maybe that is exactly what we need to realize, is to go back to when we were kids, to that inner child, and to realize that we are beautiful, we're magnificent, we have all the power in us to take back our authority, to take back our strength, and to move on with power, okay? So if you're losing sleep over this, you know, wanting something to end, wanting something new to come in, I strongly urge you to start writing. Write it out. Let it flow. Because when you can channel that energy out and just let it flow, you'll start to get guidance. You'll start to understand things on a wider, more spiritual level. You really will. So I urge you guys in Taurus, you guys rule the throat. So I know that talking is one of your strong suits. Maybe it's time to take that talking to paper and then really see how the world manifests. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go. Said it wasn't going to be a long video, and now I'm 22 minutes in. So thank you so much, Tauruses. I hope you guys have an amazing April. Love you guys. Like I told the other videos, and I will continue to tell videos, I'm going to start putting out more spiritual awakening videos, focusing on my journey and the information that I have in my head. I just got to get it out. So I'm going to start doing more spiritual awakening videos just to kind of see what's going on and where your guys' head is at with everything. And I hope you guys enjoy them. I'm really doing it to kind of be able to make sense of my spiritual journey. So through you, I'm hoping I can really heal myself right now, because I'm going through my Saturn return. I'm in 4 personal year right now, and it's time to really start getting what's going on in here, out here. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for the love. Also, the 1K giveaway made it to 1,000 subscribers, so I'm giving away a love kit and a happy energy oil blend that has a lot of high-end, expensive, beautiful oils in it that I know you Tauruses will appreciate. And the love kit will be perfect for whatever issues you're having right now with your partnership. It has all the crystals and stones that you need to heal areas of your heart. So please enter, because it's an amazing giveaway, and it closes April 16th, right when Venus goes direct. Love you guys. Have an amazing April, and I will talk to you soon.